Remy and Papoose have been at odds for a while, as everyone knows. Remy even accused Papoose of domestic violence, claiming that she had exposed their daughter to her lover in addition to cheating on him. However, after he exposed her for cheating on him, the streets now claim that she has abandoned their kid, leaving him to raise her alone. Their daughter's memories seem to be the source of the most tumultuous custody battle in history. Shall we break it down? For almost a decade, Remy Ma and Papoose were hailed as one of the hip-hop industry's most resilient couples. Their love was so strong that songs were composed about their patience, perseverance, and unwavering commitment in a society where celebrity can sometimes destroy couples. They managed to endure the demands of the music industry, public scrutiny, and an 8-year prison sentence while maintaining a united face. Specifically, Papa was viewed as the epitome of loyalty. The type of man who disobeyed. Hip-hop collaborations are typically characterized as dramatic and brief, although recently there has been a growing trend of infidelity. Scandals have shattered an unbreakable bond. Their once inspiring love tale has become a nasty public conflict due to heated confrontations and even accusations of domestic abuse. How did it get to be this way? Prior to delving into the romance, let's examine the beginnings and end of Remy Ma and Papoose's relationship, from their early romance to their shocking accusations that have caused fans to reevaluate what they thought was true. How could two individuals who appear to be deeply in love slander each other on social media? Consider Remy Ma to be a creative. She was a powerful presence who was more than just a female rapper. On May 30, 1980, Remy Smith was born. The New York Bronx. Remy's career took off when she appeared on the 2004 hit song Lean Back. She demonstrated her ability to compete in the male-dominated sector with her confident flow and razor-sharp discourse. Remy had a difficult upbringing and was compelled to mature early, frequently adopting a maternal role for her younger siblings. She saw drug use in her family as well. She was tough, naturally rapped well, and quickly rose to fame in the combat rap scene. Her major break came when she was found and trained by famous rapper Major Pun. Since Fat Joe continued to coach her after his death, she became a vital member of his terrorist team. Remy's 2006 album, There's Something About Me, based on a true story, demonstrated her storytelling and lyrical abilities. However, she was on the verge of dominating the industry when a 2007 argument over money turned violent, and Remy shot Nikita Barnes-Joseph after accusing her of stealing $3,000. Just as many had thought her career and love life would end, one man, P.A.K.A., refused to leave her side. The incident, which culminated in an 8-year prison sentence, destroyed her career just as she was starting to acquire momentum. On March 5, 1978, Shamal Mackey, best known by his stage name Papoose, was born in Brooklyn. The underground rap industry has praised this up-and-coming rapper for his complex wordplay and, despite never actually achieving a mainstream smash hit, Papa was well known as a lyricist and had mixtapes that demonstrated his unadulterated talent. His affection for Remy Papa, however, was what most distinguished him. After Remy Ma was sentenced to prison in 2008, Papoose got the audacious notion to pop the question to her. The wedding was canceled after Papoose was accused of attempting to smuggle in a skeleton key that might have been used for escape, but he was adamant about seeing Remy on a daily basis despite the setback. Papa and Remy Ma bonded right away when they first met in the early 2000s. They were ignited by their love of hip-hop, but their bond went beyond music. Papoose pushed for his wife's release after years of supporting her, which is uncommon in the industry because men tend to quit when things become tough. When Remy was finally released in 2014, he was waiting for her. She and Papoose immediately accepted the life they had to put on hold. They got married and started appearing on Love and Hip Hop New York, where they quickly became well known. Fans commended Papoose for his unwavering support of Remy, and their relationship was frequently heralded as the quintessential Black love. Remy and Papoose distinguished themselves as a stable, loving couple on the show, while the majority of couples struggled with destructive breakups, infidelity scandals, and public humiliations. Their romance seemed even more completed in 2008 when their daughter Remy Mackenzie, known as the Golden Child, was born. As problems started to surface behind the scenes, fans noticed in 2023 that Remy and Pap, who had always appeared to be a strong couple, were spending less and less time together in public. The suspicions intensified when the Block Captain was challenged to a live rap duel by the rapper Jay Gotti.
Just till you stop screwing the business. Found out you was getting the help, that could really ruin your image. We're talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Rem. That's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. That's how marriages still have to go to them stages. Every interview, he showed his admiration and tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. He held you down in prison for 6 years.
Remy, who was also present at the event, laughed it off awkwardly, but the damage was done as soon as there were accusations that Papoose had violently attacked Ease backstage over the alleged affair. In an attempt to come out as brave, Ease denied it and said, "You guys really want something bad to happen to me." He also called fans messy. It's the same as hating both men and women, of course, but before you say anything, you should explain the circumstances. As the person that I am, I understand it, but when I see people happy, it might have been something that happened to me, and now I'm not mad about rumors or false stories, he said in a subsequent tweet. At the time, Remy denied that Pap had defeated Easy, although it's easy to understand why Pap would have done so. "I'd like to apologize to everyone who was disappointed tonight because we couldn't get 3 full rounds from all the opponents I tried," he stated. "Would you guys just relax and stop lying about Pap? Chrome is not like anywhere else. Go back to work. In August, I'll see you all. Real men do real things," he finally replied, inviting Papoose to come out and set the record straight. Unexpectedly, by 2024, Rye and Papa's relationship had fallen apart completely, making it impossible for them to maintain the pretense that everything was going well. This greatly complicated matters. Remy claimed that by visiting world boxing champion Clarissa Shields, Papoose had cheated on her. She even revealed purported texts that were sent back and forth between the two, suggesting that Papoose was never as loyal as he claimed to be. Remy also claimed that Papoose had threatened to release recordings that said, "Papoose, you dummy, hey Miss Shields," as well as a pornographic image of her. He followed her advice after taking a snapshot of their exchange. "Oh, and while he was conspiring with one of his friends, he was getting me arrested by the wife who hadn't strayed from him in 17 years. Women who want to ruin me," he was going to remark. Imagine that, when he restrained me, Cyborg. He was too good at threatening it, so he would be the one to release any personal information about me. She further denied ever cheating on him and said that she had been faithful while pinning Pooh's shield. "With my assistance, this same woman could have exposed you. I received all of your pictures and letters from girls when I was overseas, just like I only had one marriage. I only have one boyfriend, despite being a beautiful woman. He would never buy you anything because he believes he is the prize and is a taker rather than a giver. Stop playing games with me, the one with the bag. Your girlfriend is upset because I'm not your enemy, and I'm actually kind of happy about it. Oh, and even though you said you felt ridiculous, you also look foolish." Papa responded by saying that Remy had cheated on him and that he had been attempting to divorce her for years. In a sense, he took down the post in which he called her a narcissist and said that she had been influencing how the world saw their marriage. "I regret to inform you that Remy is a narcissist who has a history of cheating," he stated in his letter. "Now that I've moved on, she's using the 'I've asked for a divorce several times' tactic. Following my social media reading of the cloud chase, I'll tackle this as civilized adults," he went on. "I will never put someone in jail again because you are lying, and it is obviously verifiable. You are the one who lies to the police about what actually occurred in front of everyone. To make up a story and justify adultery, which is narcissistic behavior, it is pathetic to invent text conversations that you claim go back more than 10 years. As you can see, I would prefer not to engage in the social media insanity because my 6-year-old child has to go to school, and I said absolutely nothing. Remy claimed that after a fight, Papoose had physically assaulted her. There have even been reports that police were called too. You attacked me in the garage, and the workers had to contact the police to get you to leave, so the pool was never finished, she said. Papoose, she said. Despite knowing that Remy and Easy were actually friends, Papoose finally decided to clap back at this point, admitting for the first time that Remy had cheated on him with the block captain. Furthermore, he claimed that she put their affair ahead of his 6-year-old daughter, spending Christmas alone with Easy and ignoring their child. I won't be editing anymore because the audio and video still lie. I assured her we could do it like grown-ups, but I wouldn't lie and say I didn't knock this person out so she won't get a divorce. The last time I saw him, everyone saw him in a fetal posture. Remy mom woke him up after I knocked him out and stayed with him at home for 4 days. Clearly eager to lie about it again, she shook my head. I did not knock him out, but I had sex with my wife. Remy denied that he had abandoned their daughter on Christmas, saying he had merely acted as though everything was well in the background. He shook my hand and then had an affair with my wife, so I knocked him out. He went on to say, I've been pleading with you to leave, and we've been less discreetly divorced for years, but you said the only way you'll leave is through public outcry. As you are aware, I love social media, and I spend every important day with my child. You have a severe gambling problem. You also tried to coerce me into giving you money so that our divorce would proceed without incident. Similarly, as a so-called gangster female, you utilized my morals from my early years to hurt me. Yes, the end of the marriage is now generally accepted. Regardless of their public image, Remy and Pap were cited for years as proof that genuine love could endure despite all challenges. More important questions about relationships in the hip-hop industry are brought up by Fallout, including the number of couples involved in infidelity scandals, ranging from Jay-Z and Beyonce to Haste and Cardi B. Even the strongest partnerships may find it challenging to cope with the strain of fame, power battles, and ongoing public scrutiny. But what makes Remy and Papa's split especially heartbreaking is that they were viewed as the exception, with Remy being the ride-or-die lady who never played her boyfriend, and Pap being the one who never cheated. Even though Papoose still prioritizes his career, his reputation as the ideal husband has been damaged. Remy might never fully recover from her ordeal, but she will probably continue to pursue her music and profession. There's more though. Despite his previous attempt to assert that Remy left them on Christmas to go out with her boo thing, Papo reportedly now claims that Remy doesn't even see their child as much as she gave her fans the impression on social media that he has been. Do you think Papo is being honest when he claims that Remy isn't a good mother, or do you think he's just using their child to make fun of her, even though this is really messy? There are allegations that she has been putting her current relationship ahead of her daughter, despite the streets' claims that her new guy is already cheating on her. He is reportedly changing his divorce papers to include exclusive custody of their child because he thinks she will be happier with him than with Remy. After watching the video below, leave a comment with your ideas.